in the near future, a major earthquake will lay waste to the entire California coastline. From out of the rubble will rise a menace far more terrifying than the death and destruction. Surf Nazis.
Who rules the beaches? Who rules the surfers?
The beautiful beaches, once the crown jewels of California, are now ruled by ruthless gangs. And the gangs are ruled by the surf Nazis. Surf Nazis must die. Adolf. Ava. Mengele. Hook. Smeg. And the rest of their evil Reich. Something must be done to stop them because surf Nazis must die. They're slaughtering the samurai surfers. They're devastating the designer wave. The beaches are no longer safe to hang around. Surf Nazis must die. Welcome to California, where the beaches have become battlefields and the waves are a war zone. Only one person is powerful enough, daring enough, brave enough to stop them. Only one person can ensure that surf Nazis must die. She's tough.
I want to buy a gun. We're talking white trash, but I'm more interested in something that'll take the head off a honky at 20 pesos.
She's dangerous. She's all woman. She's Leroy's mama. And as long as she's alive, the surf Nazis must die. First, there was the Road Warrior. Then there was the Terminator. Now comes an action film of relentless excitement. Lavishly produced by Robert Tunnell. Stylishly directed by Peter George. Surf Nazis must die. Experience the passion of perverted romance. Know the evil of mankind's greatest villains. And taste the violent revenge.
Taste some of Mama's home cooking.
See the film that is creating a tidal wave of action all over the world. See Surf Nazis.
What's up, Mafia? This is the Dark Loner, aka Whispered, formerly known as Fist of the North Star. Dark Loner hasn't been feeling too well. I guess the stresses and weight of life have been wearing down on me. And unfortunately, that's the life and times of being a real loner. You just get down and depressed and shit like that. But hey. This one's not going to really go into the MGTOW files. This is going to go on what I call the Red Pill Memoirs. Leaving kind of to leave a footprint if I don't make it. This one simply called The Last Men. I'm going to read you two quotes before I start. I want you to kind of think about this. I used to read a guy way back when called Voltaire. He's he's a old English author. But listen to this really quickly. There's two quotes I want you guys to check out. And I want you to remember, it says, stand upright. Speak the thoughts. Declare the truth thou hast, that all may share. Be bold, proclaim it everywhere. They only live who dare. And this has nothing to do with women, but this is speaking to you guys directly. You know, over the past couple months, I read all the comments and seen all kinds of people, send me great messages. And I call you guys a Red Pill Mafia, and you know why I call you that. But I want you to understand that we are truly the last men. I don't really see this world, number one, having any kind of sense of where it's going. I mean, you can look out. You can look outside and see all the shit that we have to deal with. That trying to just be, again, I will repeat and I'll reiterate, my page is for decent men. If you're a piece of garbage, or if you think what I'm saying is wrong, or you whatever, get the fuck out. Period. I don't need you. There's plenty of, blogs or vlogs or whatever you want to call it that say how to pick up woman in 30 steps or how to be successful in such and such and such. I'm speaking the truth. And I said this to a buddy of mine a long time ago. I said, it's always funny to me how people can give advice when they're on the other side of the fence. Like, I used to be where you are. Or I remember when I was like this. But how many people truly speak their mind when they're in the same situation you are? Not speaking advice, but speaking how they honestly feel. The truth. Something that the world does not know about anymore. You guys know that. It's the world pulled over our eyes. It's the lies of the media. It's how they manipulate and trick men into thinking that the only purpose they have in life is to have sex with a woman. And that's it. And once they've done that, they've completed their ultimate goal. You know, there are a lot of men that think that way, and I've talked to guys like that. That's the central, for us, and I'll reiterate, we're the last men because I believe we have a bigger purpose to not only tell our stories to other men who are in the same situation, that have been through shit, not just with women, but just in general of life, and to gain strength in brotherhood. Our greatest enemy is not woman, it's division. That's what's killed men since the beginning of time. We're easily divided by vice, by sex, by all kinds of things. That's why you hear me say, I have guys subscribe to me all over the world that say the same. Isn't it funny? Isn't it amazing that you can have a guy in England, you can have a guy in Brazil, you can have a guy in Russia, you can have a guy in America, Canada, all say the same thing? If that's not the bond that holds the Mafia together? We're all in the same bullshit, and we're all sick and tired of the same crap. That's why we are the last men. We don't simp. We don't white knight. And we don't change who we are for the trappings of life. We go on. War stories. You guys have told me your war stories. How much shit you've been through in this life. And you continue to march on. If that's not strength. But in a blue pill world, in the Matrix, strength is measured by how much muscles you have, how long you tan, how girls react to you at a beach. All shit that means absolutely nothing. In the red pill world, in my world, it's your strength of character. It's the type of guy you are, whether you're whoever you are, whatever race you are, whatever color you are, whatever you believe. I'm not even here to preach belief. Whatever you believe. If you're a decent person that believes in the truth, and not to steal a quote from the X-Files and Chris Carter, but the truth is out there, you're worth a damn. If you're not, you're not. Period. I picture a lot of times my final days, and I'll look back on my life, and I've been doing a lot of retrospective thinking, like, you know, I'm stuck. Ever since I was born, I'm stuck in a world I just don't really want to be here. I don't. It's boring. People act like you should give them medals for doing shit that's so insignificant. And I don't think people speak the truth anymore. I think two things people lack that we have: truth and honor. An ability to stand against all the forces that come against us. Think about that. That's being, like, seriously, how many people in your life, guys, can you absolutely trust? Can you name them on a hand? Again, I go back to the X-Files. I trust no one. You can't. But if I was going to trust somebody, I would trust people that are similar to me, that are sick of the same garbage I am. Every freaking story. And the funny thing about it, I had a girl say to me, you know, you just hate on a woman. No, actually, I don't. What I hate is bitches that manipulate men and women and are expected to be worshipped like this whore Kim Kardashian. I don't even want to go into it, but think about what you guys, your legacy. That's what I want you to think about in this video. If you never have children, if you guys never see each other, hell, if you never talk to me, if you never hear me again, understand that I am proud to share the same beliefs as most of you guys and the same goals, and also that the legacy that you leave behind may not ever be measured by the world standards, but by the eternal standards. You guys are warriors. To be a certain type of man when the majority of men go against what we are is a real man to me. It's easy to go to a bar, and I'm not knocking anybody that goes to a bar every day, but it's easy to go to a bar, pick up a whore, and have sex with her. That's not hard. But in their world, they act like they should receive a fucking medal for that. I've been trying, people are like, oh dude, you gotta come out with me, man, let's get laid. How many times have you guys heard that? Come out with me so we can get laid. Why do you need me for you to get laid? I don't give a fuck. I do what I want to do. I'll give you a perfect example. Dark Loner doesn't drink. I don't like drinking. Never have. Do you know how many people over the last years of my life have tried to coerce me into drinking? Why don't I drink? Because I don't want to. I don't need a freaking lecture. And it's the same thing with you. If you do something that most people do, that somebody does it, why the fuck do they care? People are sheeple. Remember that. People are sheeple. They will follow each other just like sheep off the side of the mountain. They don't care. They have no minds of their own. I respect people who think on their own, think the way they do, have a poignant comment, talk rationally, and move on. I'll give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about, fellas with Last Man. Have you noticed, and like I said, I've lived a couple years, what I've noticed a difference over the last, say, 20 years is that guys are so emotional now. Like, there was a time when you could disagree with somebody and they wouldn't completely jump to the extreme. They wouldn't all of a sudden, now all of a sudden, if you disagree with a guy, it escalates to a fight. Over something stupid. That's what females do. Unable to control our emotions. Part of being a man is to have self-fucking control. To say, okay, I disagree with you. Here's why. Create a logical counterpoint and state it. A real man is slow to anger. Remember that. Slow to anger. But when you get us to anger, you will feel the wrath of God and Jihad himself. No, I'm just kidding. You will feel the wrath. I learned this from my father. My father took a whole lot to get him mad. But when you got him mad, it's like World War 12. Back up. See, keep this in mind. When you start seeing this stuff, then you go, I am the last man. There's nobody like me. There's probably nobody like the dudes on my page, the Mafia. There's nobody like the Red Pill Mafia. If there was, you guys wouldn't listen to me. That's why I'm the Dark Loner. I always say that. There's nobody like us. We're the last men. We're holding up a time, a thought, a process. Because, like I said before, and I'll say it again, any man worth a damn has been through something in his life. And if you haven't, lived long enough and you will. So I will tell you this, and I'll say it again. Be proud of what you are, no matter what you've accomplished. The ultimate goal of all of us is survival. You've survived. A lot of shit you guys have been through that you've told me, most people don't make it through that. To go through some hard shit on your own, have nobody to talk to, and you survive is the most. Hey, you hear me talk about a guy all the time, George Sidini. George Sidini lived on. Just read the story. If you don't know who George Sidini is, read the story on him. Just type George Sidini, GeorgSodini on Google and see. He couldn't survive. As much as I respect the life that he lived, I didn't respect what he did. But the life, George could not survive. It's hard. But you guys do it every day. The last men, the last fucking men. You guys are the last. I want you to know that. Remember Freddy Krueger and Elm Street? You guys, Elm Street's last brat. We're the last. We're the last of the Elm Street kids, but we're the last. I mean, I jest, but we're the last. Just remember that. There's nobody else like us. And there's nobody that can. A lot of people can't live the life we did. A lot of people can't go through the shit that we went through and survive. And not go running to the same crap, the same vices that got them in the same trouble before. Warriors, bro. That's why I call you guys warriors. You bear the scars of the past. Any fucking real man bears his scars. I'm not talking about tattoos. That's your badge of honor. What else do you have? Scars, your balls, and your word. That's what we have. And another comment before I just want to again encourage you guys. That's what I'm here to do. Welcome you. Anybody that's welcome to the family is a part of the family. And you hear me say it all the time. Every last subscriber that joins me is a part of the Red Pill Mafia. Just want you to know that. But check this last comment out. It's really poignant to the point. All the reasonings of men are not worth one sentiment of a woman. Voltaire spitting the truth. It's funny, but one thing about the truth, the more you get it, the more you like it. That's why you guys listen to me. There's nothing I'm saying that you guys already don't know. I just have a unique way of saying it. I mix a little heavy metal, little 80s horror movies, little punk, ska. I haven't actually done some ska yet. And that's just the way the Dark Loner delivers it, with a touch of loneliness. Or not loneliness, with a touch of loner. And that's what I am, bro. So, the last man, guys are holding up the banner in this fucked up world, and I'm tired of it. Just had to take a sigh. I am the Dark Loner, aka Whispered, formerly known as Fist of the North Star. I will see you on the dark side. Peace.